Hello, Mike House here. Over the past month, I have opted to share written content via social media about the issue of race in America. You know, after the killing of George Floyd, I really couldn't pull myself together to record a video on this topic, but I'm in a much better place today. And this is not a typical conversation from Mike House Speaks, but I think it's one that needs to continue. It needs to continue because what you don't confront, you validate. Now, I've always been aware of the struggle, or what we call today in the culture. I've always been woke, hence the reason my baby boy's middle name is Malcolm. But what I've learned through conversations with white colleagues and others is that everyone didn't think that the struggle was real. I've heard comments such as, I don't understand why all of this is going on in America. I'm totally confused. I didn't know that you guys went through all of this. But when I hear that, it makes me think that black people have been viewed as victims for all of these years. But there is a difference, a vast difference between a truth teller and a victim. The truth teller tells how it happened, why all of this is happening. Slavery, Jim Crowism, segregation, lynchings, police brutality, war on drugs, war on crime, redlining, wage and earnings gap, and many more. These are the hows and the whys behind the race issue in America. And to the victim says, I will never amount to anything because of these things. And to the victim, I say that education is a way of escape. It always has been. That's why we weren't taught during slavery, because knowledge is power, and without knowledge, we're powerless. And we tend to think of education from a formal standpoint only. Schooling, college, higher ed, all of those things. Great resources, wonderful. But it's not the sole solution. You see, self-education is valuable as well. That's why we had great leaders such as Malcolm X. I'm not a victim. I'm not a victim, and many black people aren't victims. We just want to be treated as human beings. And the truth is our evidence that equality has not been on our side. But I remain optimistic today because the world is listening. Hearts and minds are open to change. Open to change because people are educating themselves from a formal standpoint and from a self-education standpoint as well. And because of that, their eyes are beginning to open. History is being made, and I dare to say it's because of the acceptance of the truth. Never have we seen nationalities from all over the world speaking out and against racism. Never. You see, we have the ability, this is our opportunity to become what God has created us to be. One, the human race. Thanks for joining.